Russia walked into a meeting in Miami and made America an offer. Stop supporting Ukraine, and we'll stop feeding Iran the intelligence it's using to kill your soldiers. Washington said no. Europe called it outrageous. Putin called it reasonable. Satellites, drone tactics, targeting data. Russia isn't fighting this war. It's just making sure Iran wins it. Russia, Iran, Israel, and the United States. 4 theaters, now increasingly connected. A Politico report set the tone. It claimed that Russian President Vladimir Putin had offered to halt intelligence support to Iran, but only on one condition: that the United States withdraw support for Ukraine. According to the report, 2 people familiar with US-Russia negotiations said the proposal was conveyed by Russian envoy Kirill Dmitriev to Trump administration envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner during a meeting in Miami last week. The sources added that the United States rejected the offer. One European Union diplomat described the proposal as outrageous. The suggestion has raised concerns in Europe that these backchannel meetings are not advancing peace in Ukraine, but instead opening the door to a broader geopolitical bargain, one that could sideline European interests. At the same time, questions around Russia's role in the Middle East conflict are growing louder. According to the Wall Street Journal, Moscow has been sharing satellite imagery and drone technology with Iran, significantly enhancing Tehran's ability to track targets and conduct strikes. This would represent a form of indirect participation, shaping the battlefield without deploying troops. A separate report by CNN reinforces that assessment, suggesting Russia may already be assisting Iran with targeting intelligence, potentially helping identify US and allied positions across the region. Taken together, these reports point to a pattern, one where cooperation between Moscow and Tehran is becoming more operational, more precise, and more consequential. Even US President Donald Trump hinted at the possibility during a recent interview.
Might be helping them, Iran, a little bit, yeah, I guess. And he probably thinks we're helping Ukraine, right?
But the Kremlin has pushed back sharply. Responding to the Politico report, Russian officials dismissed the claims outright, calling them false. The denial was categorical, no nuance, no partial acknowledgement. Yet the broader context makes the story difficult to dismiss. Iran and Russia have already established a track record of military cooperation. During the Ukraine war, Tehran supplied Moscow with drones that became central to Russia's strike capability. This is not a formal alliance. There are no treaties binding the 2 sides in this conflict. Instead, it is a transactional partnership driven by overlapping strategic interests. For Russia, instability in the Middle East serves multiple purposes. It diverts Western attention from Ukraine, stretches US military resources, and drives up global energy prices. For Iran, access to advanced intelligence and refined drone tactics strengthens its ability to respond to pressure from Israel and the United States. The method is what stands out. This is not about boots on the ground. It is about data, satellite feeds, targeting systems, battlefield awareness. And in modern warfare, that can be decisive. It is one interconnected war, stretching from Ukraine to the Middle East, with alliances that are less visible but far more consequential. A new weapon is reshaping the battlefield. Not a multi-million-dollar missile system, but a compact, high-speed drone designed to intercept and destroy targets mid-air. From Ukraine's front lines to potential deployment in the Gulf, this low-cost innovation is rapidly gaining global attention. A Ukrainian-made quadcopter has made its mark on the battlefield with remarkable precision. Once considered experimental, it has now become a key element of Ukraine's defense against Russian drone attacks and could soon be deployed far beyond the current conflict. Developed by the private firm Wild Hornets, interceptor drones are emerging as a key tool in countering Russian-made Shahed drones, which have been widely used to target infrastructure and urban centers. Ukrainian officials and drone manufacturers say the United States and its allies are now exploring cooperation with Kyiv to counter similar threats posed by Iranian drones in the Middle East. While interest from Gulf nations has reportedly grown, Wild Hornets has made clear that it is not engaging in export negotiations without formal approval from the Ukrainian government. The interceptor, known as the Sting, offers a significantly cheaper alternative to traditional air defense systems, such as the US Patriot missile. Designed to pursue and destroy slower-moving drones, the Sting combines high speed with maneuverability, allowing it to intercept targets mid-air. In a demonstration conducted for Reuters at an undisclosed location, engineers showcased the system as it transmitted live footage from its onboard camera to a control unit. A test pilot, using the call sign Paskudnik, described the experience as something that cannot be fully explained without direct involvement. Russian drone attacks have become a persistent feature of the conflict in Ukraine, often launched in large numbers to overwhelm defenses and strike critical infrastructure. This has driven Ukrainian developers to accelerate the creation of cost-effective countermeasures. The Sting can reach speeds of up to 280 kilometers per hour and operate at distances of up to 37 kilometers. Equipped with a 360-degree antenna, it is capable of tracking and intercepting drones before colliding with them using explosive force. According to its developers, the system is designed for ease of use. Operators familiar with first-person view drones can adapt to the Sting within a matter of days, making it accessible to a wide pool of trained personnel. Since entering regular service in June 2025, the interceptor has reportedly destroyed more than 3,000 Russian Shahed drones. Production has scaled rapidly, with over 10,000 units manufactured each month. At an estimated cost of around $2,000 per unit, the Sting is significantly less expensive than the drones it targets, which can cost between $20,000 and $50,000. A second-generation version has already been developed, capable of higher speeds and designed to counter more advanced, jet-powered variants of the Shahed drone. While it is reportedly in use, its technical details remain undisclosed. The growing relevance of such technology comes as Middle Eastern countries face increasing drone and missile attacks. Since late February, more than 2,000 such strikes have been reported across the region, targeting military, diplomatic, and civilian infrastructure. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has indicated that Kyiv is open to supporting regional partners, provided there is reciprocal cooperation in the form of funding and technology. He also confirmed that Ukrainian air defense specialists have already been deployed to assist in countering drone threats.
There are 201 Ukrainians in the Middle East and Gulf region, and another 34 are ready to deploy. These are military experts who know how to help, how to defend against Shahed drones. Our teams are already in the Emirates, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and on the way to Kuwait. We are working with several other countries. Agreements are already in place. We do not want this terror of the Iranian regime against its neighbors to succeed. And I sent these military experts at the request of our partners, including the United States. In fact, this is a part of drone deal we proposed to the United States, which we worked on together and which is still on the table. We are capable of producing at least 2,000 effective and combat-proven interceptors every day. We can produce more. It depends on investment. We need about 1,000 interceptors a day, and we can supply at least another 1,000 a day to our allies.
Wild Hornets has echoed this position, stating that its priority remains supporting Ukraine's own defense efforts, and that any export decisions will be made in line with government policy. As drone warfare continues to evolve, Ukraine's low-cost interceptor technology is not only reshaping its own battlefield, but may soon influence how conflicts are fought and defended far beyond its borders.